Stress at work. You know the feeling, I know the feeling. In fact, reports have shown that today, every other American has felt work-related stress while working remotely. That's a lot. So how can we deal with stress at work? Hi, my name is Naba, and in this video, I'll be sharing 6 ideas on how to handle stress at work, how to avoid workplace burnout, and how to have a better experience in your role. Let's take a step back first. What does work-related stress feel like? The signs might be energy depletion, exhaustion, negativity or cynicism, reduced productivity, difficulty focusing or getting tasks done, impatience, and the list goes on and on and on. So if you've ever felt any additional signs to work-related stress other than the ones I've listed here, please drop them into the comment section so that we can all become more aware of these symptoms and learn how we can help each other. But for now, let's move on and learn how we can fight work stress. Here are 6 practical tips to win this battle. So tip number 1, it is most important to be conscious. Choosing to ignore the signs of stress by shunning them from your mind or silencing them by stress eating your favorite salty snack is the worst thing you could possibly do. Be aware of how you feel and which tasks stress you out. Talk to your manager about your concerns. Is it the workload? Is it the deadlines? Maybe it's just the workplace itself. Stress affects not only your health, but also your individual performance, team results, and even your company's well-being. It can create a snowball effect. So the sooner you're aware of it, the sooner you can address it. Moving on to our second tip. Stress can also arise from chaotic work processes. That's why planning your task and organizing your day can make a huge difference. If you're concerned about the volume of work-related tasks and tight deadlines ahead of you, making a list might help. You can follow these 4 tips for how to get started on creating one. The first tip is you can split your time-consuming to-dos into smaller sections. By doing this, you'll feel the progress you're making each time you check something off your list. You can also set your priorities and stick to them when you execute tasks, and you can mark the time frame for each task to keep yourself focused. And also, make your list visual. Use a Kanban board, some checkable boxes, or just cross out the lines in a notebook. It's scientifically proven that our brains love to-do lists. They dampen anxiety about the chaos of work, they give us a structured plan that we can stick to, and lists are proof of everything that we've achieved. And all these things are really important for your well-being. Another big struggle for those who work from home is work-life balance. When we used to be at the office from 9 to 5, it was so much easier to switch from work mode to home mode as we're leaving the office. But now it's kind of all just mixed up. In fact, unplugging from work is the 3rd biggest struggle among remote workers, according to Buffer's study, which likely adds to an overall feeling of work stress. All you really need to do is understand the value of your time, both the time you need to spend doing your job, and more importantly, the time for yourself. That's a lot easier said than done, but you can start by taking a look at your calendar and setting boundaries. Decide when you'll start to work, when the end of your day will be, and plan a break for lunch, as well as meeting-free slots so that you have some focus time. And the most important thing is to really not try to blur these lines. Moving on to our 4th tip, I know that sometimes it can be hard to focus all your attention and energy on one task. There's so many distractions, there's so many other interesting things to see and do. However, there are plenty of time management techniques that you can use to power up your performance. One of them is the 90-20 rule, which means that you need to spend 90 minutes of uninterrupted work to get a task done, and then you can take a 20-minute break to wind down and let your brain recharge. Another great time management method is the Pomodoro technique. To make it work, you need to set your timer for 25 minutes and focus on a single task until the timer rings. When your session ends, you can mark off 1 Pomodoro and enjoy a 5-minute break. After 4 of those, you can take a longer 15 to 30-minute break. This is a super powerful method, so I'll add the link in the description for a more detailed explanation of it. You may have heard that physical activities produce endorphins that can effectively diminish all the stress that you feel during the workday. So even if you're not a fan of yoga, running, or cycling, there are plenty of other things you can do to release some of the stress. For example, you can go take a short break out in the sun, you can cook a delicious meal, drink a cup of tea, put on your favorite playlist, or even nap. These are just a few of the activities you can do to regulate your mood and just feel a little bit better. So why don't you go try one? And finally, digital overload and video conference fatigue happen when there's too much information for you to take in online. This can lead to you feeling distracted, anxious, fatigued, or even depressed. So to fight that, start a Slow Your Scroll initiative, by which you try to minimize or limit the number of notifications you get through your phone, you reevaluate the platforms you use, and you try to have a balance between your in-person and digital connections. This balanced approach is one of the many benefits of hybrid work. So I'll add a link in the description to learn more about the hybrid work model as well. So thank you all so much for watching this video. This episode is powered by Prezi, and I use Prezi Video to make it and record it. If you want to try Prezi Video out for yourself, I'll add a link into the description so you can get started. And also feel free to share any of your tips for managing work-related stress in the comments so we can all learn from one another's experiences. So thank you all so much, and see you in the next episode.